Hi guys, it's Miss Arneson. Welcome to this class. This is 112. It's a biology class. It's called Chihuahuan Desert Critters. The Chihuahuan Desert is the desert that we live in right here in Las Cruces. And so that's why I chose it to focus on for this class. So what we're going to do is we're going to study ecology, and we're going to look specifically at the desert around us because you're probably familiar with it since you live here. All right, let me shrink myself. So here is, of course, the landing page that you get to when you join this class. There's 3 tabs, the Stream, Classwork, and People tab. If you go to People and you need to email me, you can find me right here. Your fellow students will be right here, but there's nobody enrolled in this class yet. If you go to the stream, I'm mostly going to always have nothing on the stream because I feel like it's way too confusing to get like a billion messages there, especially because you also get them in your inbox in the email. So here is this class's first week. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about timing for this class. So this is technically a term 2 class. So if you're starting on the first day of term 2, which is 9/7, then basically you follow these schedules and you will get through this term on time. If you start this term late, then you're going to have to basically do a week's worth of work each week that you're enrolled in the class to be counted as present in the class. So like for week 1 in this class, there are 4 assignments. This one is not really graded. It's just for your information because this class has a project. So what you're going to need to do is complete all of these assignments and turn them in. And then if you do that for week 1, you will be counted as present the entire week. If you don't, like let's just say you do 2 of them, then you will be counted as partly absent for that week. And if you don't do anything that week, then you get counted absent. The reason I'm mentioning that is because that's kind of something that we just had to come up with because the state originally told us not to take attendance, but now they are. So we had to come up with a new policy for it, and that's how it works. So if you do all of your assignments for the week, you get counted as present. If you do 1 or 2 of them, you get counted as absent for 2 days. And then if you don't do anything, you get counted as absent for all 4 days of school. So I just wanted you to know that, guys, because it's important information. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, and we're going to look at the Chihuahuan Desert Critters syllabus. So if you open any of the assignments, of course, you click on View Assignment down there to see it, and it's going to show you what you need to do for this assignment. So I have directions every time. Basically, all the assignments in this class, except for the project, are going to be worth 10 points. And what you're going to need to do is you're going to have to do all of these assignments. Follow the directions that are on here and you'll get it done really easily. So this assignment will help you get familiar with the content we will cover in this class and some of the policies and processes for learning in this class. Click on the syllabus. Okay, so then I open the syllabus. Okay, what does it say next? Open the document called Introduction. Oh wait, the video called Introduction to 112. Watch and follow along what you're doing right now. And then you also need to take the quiz when you're done with that. So this assignment, when you are done with it, you're just going to take this quiz and then you're going to be done. You need to mark it as done when you're done. Otherwise, it won't tell me that you turned it in and then I won't grade it. So make sure you always put the mark is done or the turn in button, the finish button, so that you have those things done. All right, we're going to take a look at the syllabus. Oh, that's the quiz. Just kidding. We're going to take a look at the syllabus, which is a Google Doc. My contact information, which is something you guys really, really need to keep track of. This is my phone number. I should have already texted you for you to be in this class, but you can call me basically anytime from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night, and I will probably answer. I'm trying to take Sundays off, but I haven't really been doing that. I've been working on Sundays as well. So here's a description of this class, just so you guys know the topic of this class. The type of science we're going to be covering is called ecology. That's the study of ecosystems. It falls within the biology class. Let's keep going. Okay, so these are policies that we have, but they might change because, you know, we're in a pandemic and so things change all the time. Like I heard elementary schoolers might be going back to school in Las Cruces public schools, but we're not, so that doesn't apply to us. All right, so if you stay on schedule, that's going to help you guys to get everything done. Read the directions and ask questions. here's a really, really important thing to know, okay? Work to learn, not just to finish things. If you work and you're trying to figure out what's going on for each lesson, then you won't have to worry about cheating by copying and pasting off the internet because you don't understand, and the class will actually go a lot faster for you because you won't be confused. You'll be like, oh yeah, I know what's going on. Okay, expect to revise. So revision means that you turn something into me and then I look at it and I say, you know what, you got 6 points out of 10 points on this section. In order to get the rest of those points, here's what you need to do. And I'll turn it back to you, and then you need to fix it and turn it back in, because if you get a 6 on an assignment, then that would technically be a D, and Ds are not passing at Las Montañas. At Las Montañas, you have to get a 70% or better overall in the class to pass. So you want to try to get at least a 70% or a 7 out of 10 on every assignment. So if you get something back and it's only 4 points, that definitely means you need to redo it. There's only going to be about 6 lessons in this class. So each lesson is really important for you to completely complete it. Focus on learning and understanding rather than finishing. Make sure that you know that there's a 20% of your grade final test. Half of it will be short answer questions, half of it will be multiple choice. That's kind of the way I'm setting up all my science classes this year. If you do anything extra, so like let's say I ask you to write, I don't know, 10 details during a DQI and you write 15 details, then you can get bonus points for that on any assignment. And so that's the extra credit in this class. So basically, I'm not going to give you anything extra to go off and do. I just want you to try to do extra well on the things that you're required to do, because that'll help you learn the content better. In this class, there are 3 academic standards that we're going to cover. These are all the science words that the teachers get to look at. If you want to click on any of these links, you can open it up and it will show you the teacher document that I have to look at to kind of figure out what to teach in this class. So it gives you a lot of information, but basically it tells you kind of like, if you know all this stuff, you're going to pass the test. So if you want to know anything about the standards, there's links to each of them there. Personally, if I was a student, I would not care. So instead, what I've done is I've made essential questions. Essential questions are basically like these big overarching questions that you have to understand to get this class like done. When you look at an essential question, there's never going to be just one right answer to it. It's going to take you a long time to answer it. For example, the first question is, how do scientists understand and communicate carrying capacity? So this standard is actually going to be all about graphs and presenting information about populations of organisms. So you can't answer this question with a one-word answer. You'd have to explain it. Well, like, what's carrying capacity? How do we understand it? Well, we study it this way. How do we communicate it? Well, we use these kinds of graphs. So every assignment that we do is going to answer one of these 3 essential questions. So that was the first one. The second one says, how are matter and energy cycled in biogeochemical cycles? So obviously we're going to learn what biogeochemical cycles are, and you're going to have to look at, well, what's happening in all of these cycles that are on the earth, and you can't answer this with a one-word answer. You would have to explain it to someone. So pay attention to these 3 essential questions. Every assignment will be answering one of these questions. And then the last question is, how do ecological disturbances impact ecosystems? So of course, there's some vocabulary words in there like ecological disturbances. We're going to have to look at how those impact ecosystems. So every single time we do an assignment, if you focus on how does this help us answer the essential question, then you're going to be really good to go on the final test. By the way, these essential questions are on the final test. Your final exam will require you to write a paragraph answering each of these questions. So if you focus on knowing that and relating everything back to these, you're going to kill on the test, which is really good because it's 20% of your grade. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close this link, and I'm going to show you a couple of other things that I want you to know that are on these Google documents. So a lot of people, I think, are confused about how to find their grade. And I was like confused about how to find the grade because like for me, there's a tab that says grades and then I go and I look at all the students' grades. But when you're looking at it from the student perspective, you go to classes and it shows you like all of these classes, okay, that you have that you're enrolled in. And what you need to do is you can open your work or you can open the full, wait, which one is the one? Hold on. And enroll. open your work. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, so if you click on this, it'll show you what you have in the class. So I've basically just made up a profile for myself so that I can be on here and see like what you guys see when you log in. But if you look at this last art class that I just taught, there's only 5 lessons. Each lesson is worth 10 points. So you really have to work on getting those lessons done correctly, or you won't be able to pass the class with a 70% or higher. All right, one more thing that I wanted to tell you is that I really think it's important for you to follow the timing on the class. So you, of course, can take longer, but if you take longer all the time, then you're going to get behind. There's 6 terms of science required for each science credit. So like to get a biology class credit, you have to take 6 terms and pass those 6 terms. So like let's say you get a term behind. That's still okay because we have 8 terms in the school year. There's 4 in the spring, or 4 in the fall, and 4 in the spring. So that's okay. But if you start getting really far behind, then you risk not being able to finish this year to get a credit. So if you have any questions and that's why you're not working, you don't understand something, you need to let me know because I can help you out, and then you can get going on your assignments. This first lesson, I'm going to make a video on how to do the first lesson so that there's no questions on like, well, how do I access this or that in this class? I'm just going to go over it in the little video so you can be helped with lesson 1. And if you need more help beyond that, then you can call me and I will definitely work with you on the phone until you get the lessons done. All right, that's all I have to say for this introduction video. There's a quiz on it though, so you better pay attention. And if you need to watch it again, but I would hate if you have to watch it again because then you're listening to me for 22 minutes in a row.